Okay, Coach, it's the NFL playoffs on EA Sports. No bigger stage than this one. Sold out MetLife Stadium, located just outside of New York City. Coming up, it's divisional round Saturday, and we've got an AFC battle on tap between the Cleveland Browns and the New York Jets. The first of 4 berths in the conference championships on the line here as divisional weekend in the NFL is underway.
Let's go, baby. Let's go. Ready, set, 51 to Mike. On the Army. On the Army.
Here's the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. And that's not the start that he was looking for. He's going to be met and dropped behind the line.
Tackle made back at the 22-yard line.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
Hey, Charlie.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and 13.
And this opening drive not going to plan. This is now 3rd and 13. Darnold from the gun. And a big loss here as he's taken down. In for the sack, Myles Garrett.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Browns have a short field in front of them now as they take over 1st and 10. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Travis Homer, the former Miami Hurricane. And his first carry, he loses the football. Now a stoppage, and oh boy, we've got Mayfield shaken up on the play. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. On 2nd and 11 now. Kaiser. He finds his target, Beckham. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. No catches for him in the wild card win last week, but he's got a first-quarter grab here. Our game not even 2 minutes old, but a quick red zone opportunity. 1st and 10 right at the 20. To throw is Kaiser. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And a short return will be stopped inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. And perhaps now close to the first points of this divisional round game as it's 1st and goal. This is Homer. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. He's already put it on the ground once in this first half. There, no gain, just struggling to get going.
Yeah, and what he needs right now, a dose of confidence, which means his guys have to chop a hole, a big one for him, give him a chance to run a little bit and gain some.
And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. A 5-yard touchdown run as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And all the pressure that goes on in these playoffs, but the first score here in the divisional round always very key.
Partner, this team handled it like it was a regular season game, that they were confident in what they were doing, came right out and established themselves early.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Let's go.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Here's Darnold. It's brought in by Jamison Crowder. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 22 yards there, a first down.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 49-yard line. They'll run it with Bell. Cameron Hayward in on the tackle.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
On 2nd and 7, Darnold on the catch, it's Crowder. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 30.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
Darnold on first down. Got an open man. It's a noon one. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last two plays.
First and 10 at the 11-yard line.
Go side. 55, Mike 55. Oh, you got deep? You got side left, side left. Hey,
now a first down carry by Bell. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Nickel Roby-Coleman. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. And he'll score. Touchdown, Browns. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. And this defense looking like they have come to play the pick six, and just like that, it's 13-0 early on.
Well, go back with me to our training camp visits. What do we hear during these drills? Pass. Ball's in the air.
And then my favorite.
Oski, that's the interception. That means everybody finds someone to block them legally, stay on your feet, and they get it done. Touchdown.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Darnold off the play fake to Bell. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Larry Ogunjobi. What an effort from him on that play. Big tackle for a loss of 11. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. He's going to air one out for Anderson. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Greedy Williams, the rookie out of LSU, there to knock it away. That makes them now 0 for 2 here in the first quarter on 3rd down conversions.
And now they'll look to their defense because they need them to step up so they don't fall further behind here in the early going.
Taking it about the 36. A 48-yard punt, 7 on the return. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10.
At their own 43-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. They've got things going their way early. 14-0 lead and the football. 1st and 10. Now a first down run is going nowhere. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. A loss of 2. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Footing's definitely going to be an issue because it's tough to make those quick cuts that you're used to making on a soggy track. In fact, the Hall of Fame runner once told me, cut on your heels in this type of weather. Gives you better balance.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Antonio Callaway, the intended receiver. 3rd down here. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. On 3rd down, Mayfield. Able to find Switzer. A good play there as the Browns strike for 16 and a first down.
All right, let's just go ahead and walk through this one pretty easily, right? Blast off the line of scrimmage, get downfield to a certain point, usually around 8 to 10 yards, turn around and make sure the quarterback sees your numbers and set yourself up for the pass.
A well-executed curl route by Charles Davis. Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Mayfield. This is the tight end, Njoku. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 19.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Travis Homer with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And that makes the score 21-0. Joseph now to kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line.
At their own 32-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Darnold, he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
Thank goodness for heaters up here. And thank goodness I don't have to carry the football in this game. It's January. It's cold out there. Trying to clutch the football and absorb the hits, not easily done.
Yeah, we saw a product of the elements right there. And he'll get about 5 here as he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Going on the ground with Homer. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And he's got this one complete to Callaway. And he lost the football. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
All these years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys who have to touch the ball and carry it, they're extremely resentful about that weather.
Yeah, I'm just happy I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads. I know that much.
Yeah, maybe we won't fumble our play sheets here as we just saw the fumble happen on the field.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle.
Got to do better. Come on, QB, come on.
On 2nd and 15 now. Darnold. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Hey, let's calm down. Hey, let's go. Calm the crowd.
3rd and long, it's Darnold. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Myles Garrett getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. He had his sights on the end zone, no doubt, but is brought down after a huge return there. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
We got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep running.
They'll run this with Homer. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
When Leonard Williams was picked in the 2015 NFL Draft, I compared him to Merlin Olsen. and I got a lot of grief about it. Did you just see that play there? Did you see how he made that move and made that tackle? That was Merlin Olsen-esque.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. A 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. So the quarterback drops to throw, looks over, and boom, a guy that wide open, he has to be thinking, wait a minute, this is some kind of a dream. This is too easy.
Yeah, a great dream. One you don't want to wake up from. But for the defense, almost feels like there was a bust in coverage.
Joseph now to kick this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time, first half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back.
This is intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. No gain on the play there. Second down.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Hey, Haywood. Mark 54. Hey, keep it up. Keep it up. Hey, what?
Looking to throw on second down. Mayfield toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. Jalen Strong, the intended receiver, and it's third down. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. From the gun, Mayfield. And that will be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down.
I got you, boy.
Call it an even 40-yard punt. 7, though, on the return. And the Jets offense will be backed up to start this drive as they've got it 1st and 10. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
On second down, it's Bell. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
And for the Browns, a nickel set here on 3rd down.
Slam.
And he's going to be taken down short of the first, right around the 15-yard line. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. This is taken at the 23. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Browns drive about to get started. They got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front.
Pressure comes, and down goes Baker Mayfield. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. After the sack here, 2nd and 11.
Here we go. Hey, watch that.
Mayfield to throw it. And, boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
It's always tough trying to keep your guy upright when he's trying to throw the football. When you're dealing with those big, bad guys on the defensive front, it's even tougher. And this time, those guys on the opposite side won the battle, getting to the quarterback and knocking him into an incompletion.
Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
But one thing's for sure, when you've got a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you got to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Again, it's Homer. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
They go play action. Mayfield. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
Tough day. Tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. The Jets will bring in a nickel set here as they try to stop this third down. So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
And the penalty, a big assist to this offense. Now it's 3rd and 3. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. A first down throw for Mayfield. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Ryan Switzer, the intended target. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there limiting that and keeping them from the first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that, but by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down. They'll run. It's Hilliard. And an alley to run. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30.
Here we go.
That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he loses the football a second time. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They'll try to throw here. Mayfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Coverage was very good that time. A nice job to smother him as the ball arrived, and that ensured an incomplete pass.
And it keeps 6 points off the board. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. And he missed it. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
I tell you, it's not easy kicking field goals in the best of conditions. You add in a downpour like we're in right now, it makes it that much harder. And sure enough, they can't convert here.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Now it's Darnold. And that is incomplete. Another drive comes and goes. Still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
And how about this? A fake. But he will not make the first down marker. That'll be a turnover on downs. It's such a risky play there to fake it. You're either the hero or the GOAT. Here they're going to be the GOAT.
Unfortunate, too, because you know they thought they had something there. They don't call it just to call it. They don't just say, oh, what the heck, let's go ahead and fake it here. They feel like they've got something on. They've got the defense in the right spot. Just unsuccessful in that opportunity.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Now let's see who this is on. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose a down on the grounding call. Now Mayfield. That's taken in by Callaway. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent gain. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the right hash, this from 44 yards out. The kick by Joseph is good. And they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through, give his guys 3.
I like his poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, you see a lot of guys sag and they can't make the next one. Not in this case. Stepped right up like a pro.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
On 2nd down, it's Bell. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. 1 quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The offense on 3rd down tonight, a pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. Trying to power it ahead with Watt. And he's going to have the 1st down yardage to the 35. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On the counter, here's Bell. Room here to run. That burst good for 20 and a 1st down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
And they'll keep it on the ground with Bell. Tackle made by Demarius Randall.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
I'm coming. Switch.
Now a give running right is low. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a 1st.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Here's Bell. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
At the 28-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. And they'll try the air now with Darnold. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off. Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Now Bell, and he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on run downs. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
The Jets on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. It'll be Love to try and get the first. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that's going to make it 4th down. And his kick here is good. And now they'll just need 4 touchdowns as the deficit is now 28. Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but, Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg, and they're at least trying to finish out strong.
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. A run there on 1st down going nowhere as he stopped right at the 25. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. Mayfield finding Beckham. Odell Beckham Jr. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was. And if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again. That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on third.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on third down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Oh, he tried to pitch it, and the ball's loose. And the ball ends up out of bounds, so it'll be a loss on the play.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance in guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
And Charles, if you're the coach of the losing team, even though you made it to the playoffs and there's part of that feels good, what do you say to your guys after?
I think you probably tell them how proud you are of them to make the effort to get to this game and then point them towards the future. If we're good enough to get here, all we've got to do is work harder, be better, and we can be good enough to go farther next season. How many times have we seen a team lose in the playoffs, and that girds them for a championship run in the future?
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter @EA Madden NFL. So long, everybody.